Bottom line, they pull these out. It's unbelievable. Hey, at least they're in first place. That is the truth.
Will you stop, please, with the first
I'd like
place?
it. They're in first place, Ray.
If I hear one more time that they're still in first place, I think my head will explode after watching this.
Yeah, well, when you watch this, it was by the numbers initially. They looked really, really good. And this is why in the pregame program on NBC Sports Philadelphia, in the pregame program, we had a question, who's more at fault, Carson Wentz or Doug Peterson? And it was kind of a 50-50 vote. But this is why I think, as poorly as Wentz has played, again, Peterson, he goes away from the run that got him chunks of yardage at times.
Yeah, but then you can't. No, it's on both of them. I mean,
yeah.
The coach's play calling, yeah, you're right. The first series, they drive it all the way down the field. I mean, drive it all the way down the field. 9 running plays. They took it from one end to the other. And then Sanders, typical of this year, they finally get down there and Sanders fumbles. And then they get the ball back and then they start throwing it.
Yeah.
So that's on the coach. But then Wentz throws a terrible pass that turns into pick 6.
Terrible.
So, I mean, they're both at fault. The coach's play calling after the first series, you could certainly open the question. But then it's purely on Wentz to throw in that ridiculous swing pass to Miles Sanders that the linebacker is just standing right there, just picks it off and walks it into the end zone.
But if you'll recall, he had to loft it over a defender to get to Sanders. And I don't know if that was, I don't remember if that was the defender that picked it off or the linebacker just came straight on. Yeah, linebacker came straight on. And it was because there was the guy following Sanders out that he had to loft it over this guy, and the linebacker had every opportunity. I'm thinking, did you not just like the pass, or did you dislike the play call too?
No, I think it was. It's really all in the pass. I think. I mean, again, it gets back to decision making on the part of Carson Wentz. I mean, the way that play, it is so slow developing. I mean, the play took forever. And listen, the Browns linebackers, Mike, are really, the Browns linebackers are as bad as the Eagles linebackers. The people in Cleveland are saying the same thing about their linebackers that we're saying about our linebackers. We have a bunch of linebackers here who can't play, okay? But if you execute a play as poorly as the Eagles executed that one, where it takes forever to develop the pattern, and then you hang a balloon in the air out to the sidelines, you can even make a linebacker like Takaki, who's, I mean, he's like their Duke Riley, basically. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, you can make him look like he knows what he's doing if you just drop the ball in his hand, and that's what Wentz did on that play. It's too bad because the Eagles' defense is playing hard and they're playing good. I mean, right now, if my stats are correct, and probably pretty close.
Yep. I'll confirm.
First half here, if you look at the Browns' running game, which is what we talked about coming into this, that the Browns, they're going to come out and they're going to run the ball because that's what they are and that's what they do, and they're really good at it. At this point, I have Chubb and Hunt combined for 11 carries for 17 yards.
Yeah, in fact, and Hunt has negative yardage.
Right. I got him 4 carries for 2.
Yeah.
I've got Chubb with 7 carries for 15. And these are 2 guys that are, Jim Schwartz said this week, these are the 2 best backs that we're going to face all year. And I think he was right about that. I mean, these guys are that good. The Eagles have shut them down 11 carries, 17 yards. You can't shut them down much tighter than that. And yet here they are at halftime and you're trailing.
Yeah, well, think about it. The Eagles' defense has held them scoreless. It's the offense that has allowed the lone touchdown to the Browns. So
and you stopped them dead on the 1 yard line.
Right.
You stopped them. You stopped them dead at the 1 yard line when they have a first down. They have pass interference in the end zone. Avonte Maddox makes a terrible play, gives them a first and goal from the 1, and you stop them right there, and you get the ball. That should be a turning point of the game. I mean, those were 2 things that happened very early in the game. That the Eagles have that really good drive, that Sanders loses the football and you fumble, so you lose an opportunity to get the lead and get real momentum right there. But then the Browns come back and drive it down, and the defense comes up with a really good goal line stand, and you should get the momentum back from that. But the offense hasn't been able to do a blessed thing since then. And I think in the second half, when you look at the way the first half played out, and you look at the weather conditions, which are only deteriorating as it goes along, in the second half, I would hope they're going to come out and start running the ball again because it's a one-score game. It's not like you're way behind and now we have to just start throwing the ball. No, you don't. I mean, it's a 7-0 game. You can run the ball if you want to. They just have to want to.
Yeah, we'll see. Carson Wentz, 7 of 9, 90 yards, 2 sacks, long of 32, a 68.8 rating. Baker Mayfield, not much better, 7 of 15, 112. 1 sack for 7 yards, 43 is his long, 72.1 rating for Baker Mayfield. But we talked about this as well in the pregame program. Baker Mayfield has taken to being a game manager of sorts. It's led them to a 6-3 record, the Browns. And boy, would the Eagles love to have that about now.
Sure, 6-3 would look pretty good where the Eagles are right now. But that's, but you can see, you can see what the Browns are if you can choke off that run. If you put the ball in Baker Mayfield's hands, he struggles. You know, he really does. I mean, all the plays they make off the passing game are play action, rollouts, everything kind of works off the run in their offense. And when you stop the run, and the Eagles have really stopped the run here in the first half, and you make it a Baker Mayfield kind of game, you see what he's done. I mean, their offense hasn't done a blessed thing. You know, their only points came on a defensive turnover. So, you know, I mean, the defense, you can't ask, you can't ask much more from a defense and what the Eagles defense has given you to this point. Yeah. They've given you every opportunity to get control of this game. It's just that the offense can't make a play, and your quarterback continues to make killer mistakes.
What's this, week 12? Week 11?
Yeah.
Week 11.
And we haven't really mentioned that what looks like a big injury, which is Jason Kelce.
Yeah, the elbow.
Up until now, he's been the one constant on the offensive line. Like, all of your guards have been hurt, all of your tackles have been hurt. You know, the one guy who's been able to play every snap has been Jason Kelce, and now he's out. So I don't know if he's going to be coming back in the second half, but if you lose him, you know, that's a big blow.
Yeah. Jordan Mailata around?
He's actually played some. He was playing right guard. Mm-hmm. And several series in there, it looked like he was playing ahead of Pryor.
Yeah. How about ahead of Peters? All right.
Jason is not. If he's going to go to the Hall of Fame someday, and I think he will, he ain't going to make it on the basis of this year. That's for sure.
No, Jason, we're going to lop off 2020, everybody. We're going to go, thankfully, for all of you. When the clock hits, Barrett Brooks will be back after the third quarter. When the clock hits 0, we are back with Eagles Postgame Live. Ray and I love being here with you at halftime every week, where the Eagles seemingly have been trailing every single bleeping game. But we get to talk to you about the Birds, how they have a chance and they're in first place.
Remember that, folks. Regardless of the outcome.
Regardless
of the outcome.
That's the fun part.
They will be in first place in the NFC East by the end of the day.
Can you just stick this in my eye right here?
Yeah, right. All right. When we get upstairs.
We get upstairs. We will see you when the clock hits 0 at Eagles Postgame Live on NBC Sports Philadelphia.